There's a reason you feel this way. This chronic, low-grade ache of being perpetually misunderstood. This sense that you're running a race on a track only you can see, fueled by a praise that always felt more like a verdict. And tonight, we're going to expose it. We're going to pull back the veil on the silent, lifelong echo chamber of psychology fits. That invisible wound that drives the quiet desperation of the formerly bright child who learned to perform, not to be. You're listening because somewhere in the deepest quiet of your mind, you suspect that your greatest strength, that agile, seeking intellect, became your most intricate prison, a cage woven from expectations, both yours and theirs, a cage where your worth became contingent on your output, on your brilliance, on being the one who understands, and never the one who needs. Let's go deeper. Imagine a child, small, hands fumbling with a puzzle meant for someone twice their age, and the room fills with a collective delighted gasp. Look how smart you are. It's a sunflower turned desperately toward a single source of light, approval. But what no one tells you is that this isn't just praise. It's an identity, handed down like a crown that's both too heavy and impossibly sharp. You learned, with the rapid, adaptive genius of a child, that to be loved, to be seen, to be safe, was to be exceptional. Your ordinary, messy human needs for comfort, for rest, for simply being without achieving, went underground. Pause. Notice what that just revealed. That subtle flinch in your chest when you consider doing something imperfectly. Ask yourself this now. When did your humanity become separate from your worth? This is the core of the wound, the splitting of the self. The gifted child learns to present a curated mind, while the vulnerable heart, the tired body, the uncertain spirit, gets exiled to a shadowland. You became a walking cognitive toolkit, admired for your solutions, while your sorrows, your fears, your angers had no vocabulary. They became physiological ghosts, a tightness in the throat, a buzzing anxiety in the limbs, a fatigue that no amount of sleep can cure. But here's the truth. Intelligence, when it becomes an identity, is a lonely fortress. You've felt this before, haven't you? That profound isolation in a room full of people, smiling and nodding while internally you're galaxies away, analyzing the social gravity of the situation, because connection felt too risky, too unstructured, too unintelligent. Let me tell you about Sam. Sam was the child who could disassemble and reassemble any complex system, except the system of his own emotions. By 35, he was a sought-after engineer, a flawless logician. His breakdown, when it came, wasn't dramatic. It was a silent shutting down. He sat at his desk, staring at a line of code, and simply couldn't. The logic was perfect, but the meaning had evaporated. He described it as the machine inside finally overheating on a fuel it was never designed to run on. Perpetual performance. His journey back began not with another book or course, but with him in a therapist's office, being asked a question that shattered him. What are you feeling right now, in your body? He had no answer. The brilliant mind was silent. That was the beginning. You're starting to see it now. The mind creates this pattern as a brilliant, desperate survival strategy. In a world that feels overwhelming, chaotic, or demanding, it builds a citadel of competence. It says, if I can just think my way through this, I will be safe. If I can anticipate every outcome, I will not be hurt. If I can be the best, I will finally be enough. The hidden emotional triggers are often invisible landmines buried in everyday life, a casual piece of feedback that feels like a catastrophic failure, seeing a peer succeed where you've struggled. The terrifying blank page of a new project that threatens to reveal you as a fraud. The simple, generous offer of help that feels like a devastating indictment of your own inadequacy. Each trigger isn't about the present moment. It's a tremor from that old fault line, the one that whispers, prove you belong, prove you're special, or you will be cast out. Let's go deeper still. This is where we claim our first weapon. Weapon 1 is sovereignty over your own nervous system. For so long, your brilliant mind has been the general, and your body the neglected, conscripted soldier. It's time for a truce. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. It begins with cultivating a witness. That next time you feel the familiar spiral, the frantic search for a solution, the cold wash of shame over a minor mistake, the compulsive need to prove, just stop. Place a hand on your chest. Name it. This is the gifted child trigger. This is the old alarm sounding. Step 2. Reframe the story. The story your mind is telling is, this is an intellectual problem to be solved. Reframe it to, this is a physiological signal from a part of me that needs attention. The anxiety isn't a flaw in your thinking. It's a child part waving frantically, afraid of being dethroned and therefore unloved. Step 3. Replace the pattern. Instead of diving deeper into analysis, drop anchor in sensation. Feel your feet on the floor. Follow your breath for 3 cycles, not to control it, but to witness it. This simple act of somatic awareness begins to integrate the split self. It tells the exiled parts, I am here, I am listening. You don't have to scream to be heard. You feel it making sense already, this gentle reclaiming of territory within. But we must go further. Weapon 2 is the diligent unlearning of worth through production. This is the deep, granular work of disentangling your being from your doing. What no one tells you is that your productivity is an addiction, a hit of validation that wears off faster each time. Let's go deeper. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. It's in the automatic thought, I should be working, I should be learning, I should be optimizing. It's the guilt that accompanies rest, the visceral discomfort with unstructured time. Notice it, name it. This is the production imperative speaking. Step 2. Reframe the story. The story is, my value is in what I produce. Reframe it to, my value is inherent in my presence. My right to exist is not a dividend of my output. This isn't spiritual bypassing, it's a factual recalibration. A tree has value in its being, not just in its fruit. Step 3. Replace the pattern. Intentionally schedule and engage in non-optimal activities. Take a walk with no destination or podcast. Doodle badly. Cook a meal simply for the scent, not for the Instagram post. When the guilt arises, greet it. Ah, there you are. Thank you for trying to keep me safe through productivity. I am choosing something else now. This is the practice of building a new muscle, the muscle of intrinsic worth. You've felt this before, haven't you? That hollow echo after a major accomplishment. Ask yourself this now. What if the finish line you've been chasing is painted on a horizon that moves with you? Let me tell you about Anya. Anya was a classic gifted kid who became a high-stakes litigator. Her identity was forged in winning arguments, in being the smartest person in the room. Her transformation began when she volunteered at a community garden, a place where her rhetorical skills were useless. She killed every succulent she touched. The elderly woman who ran the garden, Maria, would simply smile, hand her another, and say, "The soil teaches patience." One day, Anya, frustrated by her own incompetence, began to cry. Maria put a muddy hand on her shoulder and said, "You are not here to be the best. You are here to be." In that moment, the citadel cracked. Anya realized she had spent her entire life in a courtroom, even when she was alone. She began the arduous, beautiful work of learning to simply be a person, not a performer. This leads us to our third and perhaps most subtle weapon. Weapon 3 is the reclamation of ordinary connection. The gifted mind often views relationships as another domain to master, another system to analyze. Vulnerability feels like a design flaw. Let's go deeper. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. It's that moment in conversation where you feel the urge to teach, to solve, to impress. It's the retreat into your head when the conversation becomes emotional or mundane. It's the loneliness that persists even among friends. Step 2. Reframe the story. The story is, I must be interesting, knowledgeable, helpful to be loved. Reframe it to, Connection happens in the space between two vulnerable, imperfect humans. My uncurated self is the only self that can truly connect. Step 3. Replace the pattern. Practice being with instead of doing for. Next time a friend shares a problem, consciously silence the problem solver in you. Simply say, "That sounds so hard. I'm here with you." Feel the impulse to perform, and let it pass like a wave. Initiate a conversation about something you know nothing about and just listen, with curiosity, not analysis. This is how you end the psychology of the gifted child pattern tonight, by choosing messy, real connection over pristine, lonely intelligence. You're starting to see it now, how the walls were built, and how the door was always on the inside. But we need one final tool, a forge for a new identity. Weapon 4 is the cultivation of integrated passion. The gifted child's interests are often colonized by external validation. You loved the violin until it became a benchmark, adored reading until it became a metric. Passion becomes duty. Joy becomes labor. Pause. Notice what that just revealed. The deep sigh that just escaped you. Ask yourself this now. What did you love before anyone praised you for it? Step 1. Recognize the trigger. It's the heavy, obligatory feeling that accompanies a once beloved hobby. It's the research phase that becomes more appealing than the actual doing. It's the need for a good reason or a valuable outcome to justify your time. Step 2. Reframe the story. The story is, my interests must be profound, impressive, or productive. Reframe it to, play is the language of the integrated self. Curiosity for its own sake is sacred. Step 3. Replace the pattern. Dedicate time, even 15 minutes, to a useless activity. Build a pillow fort. Play a simple video game. Finger paint. Do it secretly, if you must, to bypass the internal critic. The goal is not a product, but the rekindling of a sensation. The pure, unmediated flow of engagement where the watchful, judging eye dissolves. This is where the final integration happens. Let's go deeper with one last story. Leo was a writer whose talent was identified so young that by 25, he was paralyzed. Every sentence was weighed against his potential. He was a monument to his own early promise. His breakthrough came not through writing, but through baking. He started making bread, a process that was gloriously, unforgivingly physical. The dough didn't care about his IQ. It needed kneading, resting, a patient alchemy of time and heat. He burned dozens of loaves, but in the simple, sensory reality of flour and water, his mind finally stopped its relentless commentary. One day, pulling a perfectly imperfect, crusty loaf from the oven, he wept. He had made something without a single thought of how it would be perceived. It was, for him, a sacrament. He began to write again, not as the gifted writer, but as a man who had something to say, from his whole, messy, human heart. His prose lost a certain sterile brilliance and gained a breathtaking depth. He was integrated. But here's the truth that ties it all together. This isn't about blaming your past or your parents or a well-meaning label. It's about understanding the exquisite adaptation you made to survive, and then, with immense compassion, updating the software. The gifted child's psychology is a map of a brilliant, rugged coastline. You've been navigating by it for years. Now, you are learning to see the ocean itself. The vast, unknown, beautiful, and sometimes terrifying ocean of your full human experience. The mind that could solve complex problems can learn to hold complex emotions. The drive that sought mastery can be redirected toward depth of presence. The sensitivity that made you fear overwhelm is the same sensitivity that will allow you to experience profound joy, connection, and creativity. It was never a curse. It was a seed planted in soil that was too narrow. Your task now is not to prune the plant, but to expand the garden. You feel it making sense already, this quiet unfolding. The realization that the very traits that built the prison, the depth of perception, the intensity of feeling, the capacity for sustained focus, are the exact tools needed to dismantle it. The psychology of the gifted child, psychology fix, isn't found in another achievement, but in a fundamental shift from performing a self to inhabiting a self. It's in the courage to be ordinary, to be confused, to need help, to fail publicly, to say I don't know and feel not shame, but liberation. It's in the daily, gentle practice of turning toward the exiled parts with curiosity, not criticism. That child in you, the one with the puzzle, didn't want a crown. They wanted to be seen, to be held, to be told it was okay to put the pieces down and just be tired. You can give them that now. You are the safe adult they've been waiting for. So tonight, as these words linger in the quiet space between us, take one breath that is just for you, not for a purpose. Feel the air move in and out. That is enough. That has always been enough. The race is over. You are already home.